Good morning. Oh, good morning, Rick.
It's my job.
It's your turn.
Yes.
I'm stomping on your thing. Just
Don't stomp on my thing.
I want to see that.
I don't. I'm glad we've known each
I
other
love you
forever.
so much.
Well, not to be repetitive, but good morning. Welcome to the Sunday celebration of Spirit here at the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. And please take this opportunity to turn off any and all electronic devices that may may interfere with the sacred space that we're going to create today. And with that, once you've done that, then say hi to your neighbor, especially if it's somebody you don't know.
I know I was telling her, it said welcome. I'm like, they probably...
Every place is different, you know?
Special water.
We here at the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living honor each and every one of you while you are on your spiritual path. And while we acknowledge all of the spiritual paths that each of us are on, we do know that there is indeed only one God. The words of the morning chants will be up on the screen, followed by a Spiritual Mind Treatment by Leslie Gianetti, and our host for the day will be Posey Lyon. So thank you.
Good morning. For reals this time. Please join me in singing this, whether you know it or not. Joy and peace in my heart, always I feel. Joy and peace in my mind, God within revealed. Joy and peace in my life, I am healed. Sing it again. Joy and peace in my heart, always I feel. Joy and peace in my mind, God within revealed. Joy and peace in my life, I am healed. 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 So taking a deep breath. Long ago and far away, this song was written when you had a music director named Mellissa Phillippe. She's not here today, but I am. And I used to be her. It's a two-part round. Do it however you want to do it. Knowing the truth. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am
join me in affirmative prayer as I bring my full awareness to the expansive sweep of the one infinite life, the one infinite power. This self-existent, self-realized principle of life, both manifest and unmanifest, is the magnificent, absolute, all-in-all essence of everything. It is the first cause which brings everything into life. And it moves upon itself, creating out of itself, and it takes the form of its creation. It created me. It is the life within me. It is the breath within me. And as this is true for me, this is the absolute truth for each one here. Each one is created in the image of perfection itself. Each one is created in the full potential of limitless freedom. So I speak my word for each one, and I claim a greater receptivity to this one power and this one presence, a greater receptivity to the truth of being, realizing the truth of being is the emancipator. It is the boundlessness, the limitlessness, the resonant expectancy of good, the spark of life within each one and within all of creation. It is unity consciousness, aligning with the one. Oneness manifested. And oneness is the greatest freedom ever known. And I pour forth my thanksgiving for the opening that takes place in consciousness right now and allows for this demonstration of oneness and truth of being. And I release my word to the law of mind, which operates on my word as a new creation, expanding it into experience right now and eternally. And so it is.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am.
Just breathe that in. Yum. Good morning. I am not Reverend Carol Huntley, in case you haven't figured that out. She is blessing another community with her wisdom this morning. However, we are blessed with amazing. Well, I'll talk about them in just a minute. First, I'm going to talk about this altar from Karen and Bridgit Frost. They call it their Autumn Abundance Pumpkin Patch. So make sure to come up and look because there are ceramic pumpkins, there are cloth pumpkins, there are all kinds of pumpkin abundance there. So it's the reminder of the abundance of God and the harvest season of the fall. We are blessed with two I don't even have words, so I'm going to read a little bit about each of them, and you'll get just a taste of how amazing these two beings are. First, Reverend Dr. Mellissa Phillippe. As many of us know who have been here for a long time, remember her as our music director. She is a singer, songwriter, and teacher with nine albums of original music and release. She is also a Toltec mentor, personally trained by Don Miguel Ruiz, author of The Four Agreements. And her wife, Reverend Z. Egloff, is a cartoonist, a spoken word artist, and award-winning author of the spiritual humor blog, get this, Life in Z to D, A Goofball's Guide to Enlightenment. And Mellissa and Z are the founders of Oh My God Life, an online and traveling ministry, and their mission is to bring radical joy to the world. And if you haven't gone to their website, it is ohmygod.com.
Oh my
Do
God,
so.
life.
ohmygodlife.com.
Oh my God.
ohmygodlife.com. It is. It has so much spiritual joy, wisdom, and downright humor to just lift up your day. Anytime you're feeling down, that's a place to go for more joy. So please join me in giving a wildly warm welcome to Reverends Mellissa and Z.
Thank you. We are extremely pleased to be here. Our first song has a spoken word chorus. For those of you who are willing to say it with me, here are the words to make it super easy. All right. It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. God was unreliable, a crazy man, righteous, someone I should love and fear. What kind of sense is that? It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. When I stumbled upon your power, I lost what I was taught. The crazy and the righteous enfolded in a love so vast it stretched the very definition of the word. Love. Together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. Again, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender. I surrender to your love.
You are not outside of me, and yet you are. It makes no sense, but then it does, for you are here, wherever here may be. I speak to you, you speak to me. The voice is mine and not mine, landing in the space between where you and I vanish and begin stretching the very definition of the word. Me? You? Together? I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender. I surrender to your love.
Together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence and your power.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. We can all go home now, right? Hi again. That's us. We're thrilled to be here. It's great to see you all, a lot of familiar faces. It's really wonderful to be here. We're talking today, there we go, we're talking today about freedom. Here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we're all about freedom, right? Yeah. We're about financial freedom, we're about emotional freedom, psychological freedom, and spiritual freedom. And, I don't know about you, but sometimes it can appear that other people or outside events get in the way of that freedom. And we know, ultimately, freedom is an inside job. Am I right? Yeah. So today we want to talk about some of those blocks, some of those sometimes internal blocks that get in the way of true freedom. Mellissa? I'm going this way.
Hey. I used to hate myself. I know. Oh, everybody. Oh. I am not talking about, I don't really care for her kind of hate, right? Like, ew, I don't really, no. I'm talking about, like, disdain. Like, deep hatred for myself. That's what I lived in. I was a victim of the world. The world was out to get me. That was my experience. And it seemed like that was true. It was an unhappy place, to say the least. Hell. I would say I lived in hell. It was very hard. And I was angry about it. So I was a very angry victim. Anyone know any of those? So attractive, right? Ooh, give me more of that. So when I was 13 years old, I became an active, full-blown, using drug addict. Nowadays, I know how young that was. 13 is very young. I have a friend with a 13-year-old, and when I'm with her, I see the purity and the innocence and the beauty of that life that is so sweet. But that wasn't my experience at the time. So what I know now is true is that underneath addiction, I mean underneath the kind of addiction that I was acting out, and underneath like mild to dramatic addiction, that there is a common thread. Shame. Not mild shame, but a shame that is so deep and so painful. And that shame coexists with a message that says, I could be free from this shame if only I do more of that, whatever that addiction is. More food, more drink, more drug, more sex, whatever that is. So that was my experience. Whee! At about 19 years old, I met my college professor at the time, Dr. Robert Bowman. I like to say his name into the space to honor him. And I just spoke with him again after many years during the fires. He called to see if I was okay. And this man completely changed my life. So my life until then had been like going on this kind of trajectory, pretty clear straight line down. Worse, harder, more drama, more debt, more suffering, more angsty relationships. It was just, getting harder and harder and worse and worse. Don't worry, it gets better. I am going to... I met Dr. Robert Bowman, and he was my college professor, and at the time, he was my mentor in college and my advisor in music, performance. And at the time, it was classical piano. And he taught all of his students meditation. Now, why in the world would he do a thing like that? Well, we know a lot of reasons now, but at the time, I was like, why do I have to meditate? What does that have to do with anything? Well, he taught us a meditation that was really cool, that was for performing, where you would get deeply present, and then you would elevate yourself above your body and look down on yourself, so that in a performance experience, you could make a mistake and you wouldn't be in the mistake, suffering about it. You could just move on because you're just watching yourself play the piece. You get what I mean, right? Enough. Well, for a previous LSD person, this was really fun for me. I loved meditation because I got to get out of myself in a way that was freeing and good and harmless, right? So that was the beginning for me of meditation, and that was also the beginning of this turning into this, right? So I'd been going harder, harder, worse, bad, harder, harder, worse, bad. Could be a little song, we won't write it. And then leveling off to, okay, I suck. That was my basic belief about myself, but I wasn't acting in more and more harmful ways at that point. I started to level off. Okay, then 28 and a half years ago now, I got clean. Some of you have known me that long. Some of you have known me just almost that long. So you met me right after I got clean. God be with you. So what's true for me today, after 28 and a half years of being clean and working myself with a sober mind, I have to say that I think I rock. Yeah. Now, I don't mean I never suffer. I don't mean I never have insecurities. But I mean, basically, as a bottom line, kind of habitual mode of operating, I adore myself. I think I'm really awesome. Don't you think so too? Yeah, see? I don't think I'm more awesome than you, by the way. That's the thing that I used to be taught. Yeah, right? Don't think you're great because people will think you think you're greater than them. No, I don't think that. I think you rock also. And you do, right? So when we know that more and more fully, we can allow ourselves the good we say we want. But what happens is when we allow ourselves to adore ourselves, we come to realize we don't need all that good we thought we wanted. What we really wanted was to just be in love with ourselves. Because this is where we live, right here, in whatever this is going on. And when that's a happy place, it's a happy place. That's enough. That's it. That's what we need. Okay. So my summary after, all these years of work, right? I'm such a wise one. I have some wisdom. This is my favorite wisdom that I decided in my years with Don Miguel Ruiz. This is it. You ready? My summary of consciousness. If you are feeling bad about yourself or anyone else, you are believing a lie. Breathing. Now, I have to say, I'm taking grief off the table here for this conversation. It's the all emotions have to move, right? Emotion, energy in motion, needs to move through. But grief, I'm not suggesting anybody make themselves wrong for feeling grief. It has to move. It has to do its thing, as all feelings actually do. But I am saying that substantially, most of the time, most all of the time, or all the time except for when you're grieving, if you are feeling bad about yourself or someone else, you are believing a lie that you are telling yourself. So what we do is we find what the lie is. And right on the flip side of that lie is the truth, that infinite truth. And almost always when you go to the lie, it's that, I suck. In some form, it comes down to I'm not okay because fill in the blank, right? And what's on the other side of that? You are awesome. You rock. And that's the truth. You are made of that stuff. That is the stuff that makes up the universe. Infinite power. Amazing stuff, right? That's what we are. That is, quantum physicists talk about it. It's a fact now. It used to be a mystical experience. Now it's a known, studied thing. We are made of that stuff that is the one substance, whatever you call it, we call it God, spirit, whatever. Quantum physicists say that with our senses, what we know, I love this, is 1/2 of 1/1,000,000th of a % of what is happening. That's what we perceive. 1/2 of 1/1,000,000th of a % of what is happening. You can see how we could maybe come to a lie, right? Okay, so we're going to do a brief exercise here. I'm going to share with you my favorite mantra. It's kind of a secret mantra, so you can't tell anybody that I'm sharing it with you. But it's the one I use when I'm in one of those spaces of not feeling that I rock. So I want you to get comfortable, close your eyes, and bring to mind some part of yourself, something you judge about yourself. And now what I want you to do is take that part of you that says that to you and put it in front of you so you're facing it. And look it in the face. And repeat after me. Breathe. Liar, liar, pants on fire. There you are. One more time. One more time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mellissa. When it comes to this journey from shame to freedom, there's actually a movie out there that perfectly encapsulates this journey. Perhaps some of you know it. It's called Dumbo. Anyone? Does anyone remember this movie? Yeah. I hear they're going to remake it, actually, which, yeah. And if so, hopefully they'll take out the unfortunate racist elements in terms of the depiction of the circus workers and the crows, so we'll claim and affirm that. But for those of you who didn't see Dumbo yesterday, I'm assuming that's probably most of you. Okay, I'm going to do a brief recap so we remember the story, the deep metaphysical story. Okay, this little guy Dumbo is born to Mrs. Jumbo in the circus. That makes his name Dumbo Jumbo. They never point that out. Elephants have big ears, right? But Dumbo, no, like freakishly big ears. Mrs. Jumbo does not see a problem. She thinks this is the most gorgeous little elephant she's ever seen. The other elephants, though, not so much. I thought elephants were supposed to be, you know, Hakuna Matata, like all spiritual. No. They are kind of biatches. They're just not nice at all. They go off, they taunt little Dumbo and his mom, so much so that she just takes off at one point. She goes ballistic, and they put her in elephant jail, right? Now talk about something to feel shame about, like to activate that liar, right? It's because of him, because of something about him, that his mom's in jail and he's lost his mom. He's all alone. Help comes along in the form of a small, possibly alcoholic mouse named Timothy. Timothy comes along. No one will befriend Dumbo but Timothy. Timothy comes along and says, "Hey, dude, let's go drinking." Okay. They go out. They party hard. They wake up the next morning up a tree with vicious hangovers and no idea how they got there. Timothy, in spite of the alcoholic haze, manages to put it together. He goes, "Wait a minute, dude, your ears, those things that everybody is giving you so much trouble for, they're magical. You can fly." Dumbo says, no. Denial is always the first step. Dumbo says no. So Timothy has to make up a story to get Dumbo to believe that he can do what he can already do. Do you hear that? Right? Magic feather. He makes up this thing about the magic feather. If you just hold on to the magic feather, then you can fly. Dumbo believes it until he doesn't, until he's performing for the first time in front of the whole circus, and he drops the feather. Timothy's with him, because they're drinking buddies after all, so I was there. Timothy's with him, and there's only one thing you can do in a moment like that: tell the truth. So he tells him the truth. Dumbo, you can fly. It's you. You can do it. And because it's true, Dumbo can hear it. He can hear it now. And he flies in front of the whole circus, and everyone loves him, and they let his mom out of elephant jail, and yay, that's the story. Yay, Dumbo. So, Mellissa and I saw this movie not that long ago, and I was really struck by the power of this story. And I also found I could really relate to Dumbo. Now, my ears are actually on the small side, but I do have something about my appearance that can create some ripples. You may or may not have noticed this, but I look a little like a guy. Just a little. Just a little. So much so that if I'm in a grocery store and the checker doesn't know me and they say, "Can I help you, ma'am?" I'm actually kind of surprised. It's not usually what happens. And women's bathrooms? Oh, those are fun. I like to bring Mellissa with me to show that I'm pre-approved. I like to stick out what little I have of my chest, and also check this out, boy, girl, boy, girl. So I put on the smile, and I stick out my chest, and I bring Mellissa with me to show I'm pre-approved. And then usually it goes okay, but I more than once have had a woman scream when I enter the bathroom, and not in a good way. Yeah. So, I can still remember the first time I lived alone. I was 23. So for the first time in my life, I'm in my own energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not surrounded by people who have ideas and expectations of who I am or who I'm supposed to be or who I've been. So I'm in my own space, and I can still remember where I was in the house I was living at the time. And I remember thinking to myself, you know, I'm biologically female, I'm good with that, but my natural gender expression is profoundly androgynous. I could just feel into that. And then the minute I acknowledged that to myself, it was like, oh, no, not okay, right? Like, denial is always the first step, right? Like, no. Shut it down. But after that moment, whenever I would see a woman who looks like I do now, well, first of all, I'd be scared of her. But second of all, I would think, I wish I had the guts. I wish I had the guts to look like that. So kind of a sign. Years go by, and I'm working for Sonoma County Public Health Department, and it's Halloween. Woohoo! And my whole unit was going to dress up as a zombie ghost town. Awesome. And my boss was supposed to be the sheriff, but she had to go out of town. So she asked me to be the sheriff. And I said, okay. So I get my hat, and I get my vest and my badge and all that, and I saunter into work that day as a zombie sheriff. And all of my coworkers, who were all gender-conforming, cisgender folks, they said, I don't know what it is, but you look really good as a dead zombie sheriff dude. And I said, thank you. Thank you very much. And for me, it was like my magic feather. It was the thing that gave me the courage to do what I thought I couldn't do, right? And that day opened up this whole new world, a whole series of revelations. Little girls and boys are not born wearing little boys' clothes and little girls' clothes, right? We make this stuff up. Gender expression is a societal construct. And when I really got this and I got, I can wear whatever I want. There aren't actually men's clothes and women's clothes, really. They're just clothes. It opened up this whole new world for me. And when I saw Dumbo, the thing for me that really stuck out was the thing that caused him the greatest pain, the thing that he felt the most shame about, was also the source of his greatest strength. He could fly with those ears. And for me, when I owned my authentic gender expression, I found reserves of strength and softness that I had never known before. So how do we get there? How do we get from disowning these parts of ourselves to loving and owning them? Well, again, I look to Dumbo. Two big keys in there. One, the help of allies, often unexpected allies, right? Elephants and mice are not supposed to get along, right? They're supposed to be mortal enemies or whatever they are, and granted, the alcohol helped, but still, right? So his greatest ally was this little mouse, and for me, it was my gender-conforming coworkers who were actually more supportive than the queer community for me, right? So that's one, help from allies often unexpected. And number two is the help and the love of the divine. Now in Dumbo, we see this in Mrs. Jumbo. Mrs. Jumbo does not see a problem, right? For her, Dumbo's perfect. There is no problem with those ears. She just sees a perfect being just as he is. And for me, it was my spiritual community. It was going to a place where I was loved exactly as I am. It was also prayer. It was meditation, spiritual practice that I still remember when I heard the Ricky Byers Beckwith song, No Mistakes Have Been Made in God. It went right to the heart of this issue for me. No mistakes have been made in God. And it's not a mistake that we have these parts of ourselves. We were given them to love. So I want to close with some questions for you. When you think of those parts of yourself that you make wrong, that you push away, are you willing to let in the help of allies, including unexpected allies? Are you willing to let in the love of the divine for this part of you? Are you willing to find the hidden strengths of this aspect? Because when you're loving this part of yourself, you're loving God. You're loving God. Thank you.
Please repeat after me. But before I have you do that, I got to tell you one thing. There's this phrase I've been practicing, and that's in this thing I'm going to have you repeat. And I want you to grasp it before, which is, I stand in unapologetic confidence. That's my current spiritual practice. I stand in unapologetic confidence. Okay? Yeah. All right. You ready? Yes. Today. What the hell? Today. There you are. I set myself free from shame. If I feel ashamed. I remember I am believing a lie. I look to the flip side for the truth. From this day forward. When I feel bad. I will search out the lie. And tell myself the truth. Until I believe it. I stand. In unapologetic confidence. Knowing the truth. Of my divine nature. And knowing. Truly. That I rock. And so it is. Amen.
All right, so we're going to ground this now in music and movement. Oh, yes, I said movement. So I invite you all to stand. And Mellissa, how do we want to do this? Do we want to, can this thing move? Can someone help me move this? Or no, we want to keep this here? Might need it later. Okay, here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of put it to the side so you can see me. All right.
Now I feel so little.
You feel so little. Do you want to come up here? There you go. Hi. Okay. So move out so you can see us, and also so that you will not harm your neighbor. Okay. All right. So this is a call and response, and it goes like this. You're just going to echo everything I say. I am incredible. Okay. I believe that.
I heard them.
Yeah, but so check it out. Here we are metaphysicians. What we do is we act as if. So if you don't really feel it, pretend like you do, right? Okay, so let's try that again. I am incredible. Yes, I am powerful. I am a miracle. I am divine. Okay, now it gets a little more complicated, so watch me first. So do two. Incredible, powerful, and then you do it. Incredible, powerful. And the next one, powerful, a miracle. Powerful, a miracle. And last but not least, check it out. Incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine. And there's kind of a cheat sheet for this. It's one hand, two hands moving, back to one. All right? So let's run that just series a few times together. We'll do it as a call and response, but for now, so it's incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine. And we're feeling it.
Incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine. Incredible,
powerful, a miracle, divine, incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine. So just so you know, when we're doing this, it goes really fast. And so if you're just doing this, it's kind of like YMCA on speed or something. It's honestly a little hard to get, especially the first time. So you're not doing it wrong. You're perfect just as you are. And if you hear anything else, it's a lie.
Yeah, because no mistakes have been made in God.
Exactly. Just preparation.
Okay, and then there's a singing part that we're going to do after that. Can I have a little more on this, Jim? A little more volume on this microphone? Okay, so you're going to move and sing with me, but for this we'll echo it, right? You go, I am. Okay, now this next moment is the most important moment in your life. Okay, you got to move like you feel it, like you believe it, and you sing, I am all that. Now, any movement goes there. You don't have to do what I'm doing because I do something different all the time. Okay? Any movement, long as you feel it. Okay. So you go again. I am all that I am. Then we do 3. I am. You guys are so
That's
good.
That's awesome. You guys totally have it. That's it.
I think they have it.
Okay, I think you guys, are you ready? As ready as you can be. All right.
Now, are you going to be okay with me up here?
I think, well, yeah, we're just going to see what happens.
Okay.
All right. Jim, hit it. And we can turn it up a little because we're going to boogie now. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, feel free to move. You guys are moving. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. All around us everywhere are messages we see. How to think, how to talk, how to move, how to walk, how to live and be. They tell us that we're ugly. They tell us that we're fat. They tell us we'll feel so much better if we just buy that. But here's a little secret. Here's a little clue. Those messages you see and hear have nothing to do with you. You are God's creation. You're beautiful and free. So open your ears, open your mind, and repeat after me. I am incredible. I am powerful. I am a miracle. I am divine. Incredible, powerful, a miracle, incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine, incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine. I am all that I am. All 3. I am all that. Again. I am all that I am. Perhaps you think it's crazy. Perhaps you think it's lame to call yourself a miracle. Well, isn't that just vain? But God is a serious genius. God makes no mistakes. Everything about you is divinely made. Your eyes, your face, your arms, your legs, you're a work of art. And if you don't believe me, ask your heart. Turn within, you will see it's radiant and strong. The power that created you has been there all along. Dig it. I am incredible. I am powerful. I am a miracle. I am divine. Incredible. Powerful. Powerful. A miracle. Incredible. Powerful, a miracle, divine. Incredible, powerful, a miracle, divine. I am all that I am. I am all that. I am all that I am.
about that? Is this on? Oh, my heavens. Oh, my God. Well, thank you. That was, fits very well with my story. I've been traveling, as some of you know. I went to Georgia to see my grandson's football coach at University of Georgia. They're doing rather well, number one. Then I went to see my brother in Washington, D.C., saw all sorts of museums, went on to New York, saw a lot more museums, and then I really wore myself out. And next thing I knew, I was going to take a nap. But the world started going around and around and around. And to end the trip, I was in Mount Sinai Hospital for 2 days. And I thought I was having a stroke. But there were colors and lights, and I could tell people their faces, and even the emergency doctor asked me to read her palm. And I said, you might believe me, I'm not sure. But anyway, it was quite a trip. And then, fortunately, my daughter from California came and joined me, and I was perfectly fine. So the bottom line is, although I had this marvelous trip, and I thought I was dying, and I kept saying to everybody, it's not bad, it's great, it's colorful. And then later I found I shouldn't have eaten the brownies in Cousin Frank's refrigerator. So I'm very happy to be back here at home. I am very grateful. I still get a few more tests on my heart because I really took a trip. And may the ushers come forward. So if you'll hold your gift and be really thankful because we're here and having fun. Blessings to this. Let's collect the money, and then we'll say our little wonderful... Well, anyway, this gift I give is God in action. I now send it forth to bless and to prosper. I know that everywhere it goes, it is creating a world living in love, one heart and one thought at a time. So it is. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Again, I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. One more time. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed, so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And we give thanks for friendship, for love, and how grateful we are to be magnificent.
Woo, what a service. Wow, so this is perfect that this is the time for gratitude for all the wonderful beings that put this service together. We had our welcome man, Walt, our setup and sound, Jim Homa. We have Ron on video and Tom working to get the streaming ready. I'm not sure if it's still not quite there, but he's working hard to get our streaming up and going again. We have Rachel on our PowerPoint. Karen and Bridget, again, did the altar. We have Leslie, Deborah, and Lori on our practitioner table. So if you are hungry for a prayer of either gratitude or something that you're longing for or yearning for, please see a practitioner after the service. We have our Mellissa and Z who, for both the talk and music today. Cindy Lou. Well, we're grateful. Cindy Lou in the bookstore, and Paula, Dave, Abigail, and Ann were our Sunday service team, and Galen in youth and family, and Deborah. I'm not sure if we had any children today, but anyway. And now is our time to welcome anyone who's here for the first time. We have team members coming down. If you're here for the first time or back after a long time, oh my goodness, I see all these faces that I haven't seen for a long time. We have welcome packets for you, and if you fill out the blue card inside, you can get a free book and turn it into one of these lovely team members. So if you're willing and you're here back after a long time or for the first time, would you raise your hand so we can give you a welcome packet? Thank you for finding your way to us. We hope you'll be back. It's been an amazing community for me, and I hope you can find a home here too as well. This Thursday morning, Reverend Sarah Hargrave will be doing her Extra Edge, and the topic this week is why gratitude? So if you're hungry for any kind of spiritual upliftment, and particularly if you're in business for yourself, there's something in your flyer about where to go. It's at Il Fornaio. Details, though, are in your bulletin. Also, next Sunday, the Now Choir will be back. So if you want to sing, next Sunday you come at 8 o'clock to rehearse, and then you do the morning music. That's the Now Choir. And back by popular demand, Reverend Catherine Sachs, would you just stand up? She will be bringing back her spiritual writing as a spiritual practice, and everyone who took the class last time just raved about it. So it starts November 9th, and she'll be at the education table over here right after service. So, and the premiere of the Science of Ernest's Mind film will be here on November 26th at 12 o'clock. This is the film that our own Suruta has been helped create out of the nothingness to somethingness. And our founder, Reverend Dr. Lloyd Tupper, will be speaking here that morning. And he's celebrating his 50th year in Science of Mind, so we're planning a special gift for him. And if you'd like to contribute, there will be a donation box at the bookstore, And if you want that to show up as a way to take off your taxes, you need to put make your donation as a check or fill out an envelope with your name so we know to put that on your giving for the year. I hope that was clear. Anyway, ask me afterwards if you didn't understand it. The knitting circle is this Thursday. Bring your handwork to the office at 3:30 for a couple of hours of conversation and creativity. And the Scorpio birthdays. If you are a Scorpio, our practitioners offer a free practitioner session. You have to sign up here at the practitioner table. If you are Scorpio, it's still available. Galen is holding up signs. If you have not yet pledged, please see her after the service. We are still seeking a host home for our Thanksgiving community dinner. The host provides the turkey and the guest provides all the fixings. You, if you are the host, determine how many people can come to your home. Now, we've done this for several years. Because there are only 2 Sundays left, we need to have a host come forward this early by Tuesday morning. So call the church office if you're called to be the host and open your home to community members to celebrate Thanksgiving with you. And our own beloved Ed Dukowski's memorial will be Saturday, November 25th. This is the day before the film that he was part of, here at the community center at 2 p.m. Again, much of this information is in your bulletin, so make sure to look at that. And please save Wednesday evening, December 20th, for an intimate solstice celebration with wonderful music and magic in the fireside room at the Learning Center. So it won't be here this year, it will be at our Learning Center. And next Sunday, November 12th, will be our Partnership Sunday. Reverend Barbara Leger will be here to talk about how we can connect more fully with our sisters and brothers in the Ukrainian Center. And Z?
Oh, yes. I'm going to turn on my mic. Hi. Can you hear me now? Yeah. So just wanted to let you know, Mellissa and I have a little Oh My God Life mall. Mini mall over there, and this is our first book, brand new book. We're really excited about it. It's called Everyday Joy. It's a 365 days, so it's got a little, for those of you who follow us on Facebook and know about our daily memes, it's got a little meme and affirmation and inspirational paragraph for every day of the year. So,
and they're Z's cartoons.
And they're my cartoons, and we're super excited about this, and other stuff. And then
we have other stuff, but the most important thing that we love is to have people on our mailing list, which I've been asked before, is free, just in case you wanted to know. And if you're on our mailing list, once a month, we send out a 5 minutes or less, shorter, video that's some goofy, because we're a little goofy, with a real message and real music in it every month. You get it in your little inbox. But the most fun thing is that on the morning of your birthday, you get a birthday video from us that is a new birthday song that we write every year and do a video for you and send it to you on your birthday. So that's our favorite thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so also, if you don't even like us at all, we still want hugs.
Yeah.
So we'll be over there.
Which are also free. Yeah.
And I'll have to say those birthday raps and songs are just amazing. So. One other thing is those of you who put away the chairs every week, don't do it today. Leave them because there's a group coming in after us. So we're going to leave all the chairs up. Yeah. They do a fabulous brunch. In case you didn't hear, it's the men's brunch next Sunday here, and it's well worth sticking around for. Okay. Woo. We are such a happening community. It's like, oh my goodness, all the announcements, but it's because there's so much happening here. So would you please rise and join me for the affirmation and then the closing song? Do we have an affirmation today? There we go. So would you say with me?
I
stand in unapologetic confidence, knowing the truth of my divine nature, and knowing that truly I am all that.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. Sing it again. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I trust in God. I trust in God. I trust in God.
Thank you, thank you. Glad President and DGG. Gabriel Harris on percussion and Gorney. We'll be playing around. We'll be at the Fairfax Farmers Market this Wednesday from 4 to 8.
Woohoo!
Is it on? Mm-hmm. So my thought today is about freedom. And I realized for a few months, maybe years, I go and into my office and go, gosh, this really needs to be cleaned out. But I don't pay any attention to it. So on a walk last week, it came to me that if all this stuff wasn't on the shelves or in the drawers, I probably would pay attention to it. So after my walk, I dumped everything on the floor. And after several days, I'm free. I'm free of stuff I don't need. And they're in boxes and are going to be given to hospice or book sale here. And speaking of gifts, would the ushers please come forward? You will take your gift and put it over your heart. This gift I give is God in action. I now send it forth
to bless and to prosper.
I know that
Everywhere
everywhere it goes,
it's creating a world
living in love,
one heart
and one thought at a time. And so it is.
And so it is.
I am the world.